There's nothing we can do about at least 2 degrees warming coming forward. We have to think now what solutions we can hold as humanity that we can build together, and who's doing this work now that we can draw from. This series is finding these stories of hope, bring their voices, the examples of what they're doing, their stories, their techniques, their knowledge forward, and share that with the rest of the planet so that we can create a system based on that.
To mitigate the climate change is to start integrating, start building back on the soil health within the existing natural pattern. The people who are migrated into this refugee settlement are from South Sudan. When someone is migrating from one country to the other, meaning they have left almost all what they used to do from their land, their life is also degenerated, not only the land. As African women rising, we have microfinance, we have agriculture, we have functional adult literacy. So in the settlement here, we start with agriculture. Why? Because the challenges that people here are facing is getting food.
Before planting of anything, we ensure that we plant the rain. So by planting the rain is by having those different water catchment structures. The power is in water harvesting, or planting the rain first, and planting biodiversity of different plant species. So eventually we shall achieve making the whole block green.
Yeah. How are you? Fine.
Even his children, he has taught them, they do this practice of doing water catchment and planting, like this one, so that in case he's not home, the practice still continues. Even those goats you see, he bought them through the money he got from his compound.
So he pointed out that all this place was totally bare like this part. When they're washing each and every resources within my home, I don't want to waste. I have a pit here, planting pits. Water all goes here and then benefits the crops around. All this is just in 8 months' time. You see, now you think about next year, how will it going to be? It's going to be real forest. So this is where you saw the picture from inside when it was totally bare. We call this one food forest. And this is what we are trying to copy in a community, in the refugee settlement. Here, there is a month that we call hunger period. When they have little, they can even decide who to eat and who should sleep hungry. In the food forest, we've started integrating food specifically to target also the hunger period. When I'm doing training like this, I refer back to my story. You know, in northern Uganda also we had that conflict, war of Kony and the government of Uganda. So I lived in IDP camp.
Looking back at when I was a refugee, living under harsh climate, because the sunshine was too much, vegetation were cut.
We were squeezed in a very small area, and we were also dependent on food aids. That makes me to do even much more.
The power of regenerative agriculture, even in areas which are flooding, it is applied and it is working. Even in areas which are desert, very dry, it works.
It is not about improved seed, it's not about using the machineries, but it's about having understanding how can we work with the natural happening. How can we copy natural system? If people can turn their mind from degrading to rebuilding, and then earn life from rebuilding, from the work of their hands, the world will be a different world than what we are seeing currently.
She's saying this knowledge will never go away, and this knowledge, they are very much energized to take it and practice it when they go back to South Sudan. Regenerative agriculture also mitigates the issue of other conflicts which are land related. People will settle anywhere where there is land, provided they have the mindset change, they have knowledge of how best they can bring that land back into production. The whole idea is getting the knowledge, changing the mind of people, demonstrating.
The agriculture sector, the United Nations, the NGOs, the governments of different countries, all of us, we need to turn our focus on regeneration. With that, we can address the climate change that we are expecting. But if we delay, we are not going to have control over it.